Howdy, folks. Back again with some more Black Myth Wukong, probably for the final time in this playthrough, assuming all goes well. And, previously, we did the very last secret boss in the game, which of course was Erlang Shen and the Four Heavenly Kings, which was definitely a very challenging fight, which is what I had, of course, learned, which is, of course, what I was aware of upon finding him. And while it definitely did have its very, very annoying aspects, I did manage to actually beat him on stream, and I was rewarded to a giant monster battle as the grand finale of it. And, yeah, I think now we know how the Himalayas came around. It was a pretty fun moment. I will definitely say that. So with all that said, we've come to the end game. So, I got a new transformation, the Azure Dome. I went back from Ring of Fire to Immobilize, and if it doesn't work for the next fight, I will change it. But I changed to the Supreme Gourd also last time as well. Went back to Wandering Light because, as usual, it's super freaking reliable, but And sadly, I do not have any more points to use, so unless I have trouble, I have to switch. That's basically where I'm at right now. So, as far as I'm concerned, I've basically done everything. If I did miss anything and I'm unaware of, well, it's too late now. But at the very least, I got all the main stuff, side questy stuff out of the way. Namely, the 5 Skandas, artifacts, these 5 secret missions. And of course, Erlang being defeated, so... So, yeah, basically everything that gives me the true ending has been fulfilled. And now I gotta go back and meet with Zubagier. Speaking of which, there he is. Okay. Hold on a second. Kind of remembered another account I was following on my previous Twitter before it got hacked and stolen from me. So I wanted to find it before I forgot about it. And when we took up Jingu Bang, we opened up the rest of the way. And since I went back and did the Erlang fight, we can continue onwards. And of course we learned in the midst of that fight that Erlang was in on the scheme of splitting up the relics at Wukong's behest in order to eventually piece him back together in defiance against the Celestial Court.
The peak lies just ahead. Let's be on our way.
Ew. Good music. Oh shit. Did I just unlock a new style? Look at that, there's like another style point and the form is different. When did that happen? I have no idea, but I'm not complaining. Oh, it's a super pound. I'm basically now playing like how Wukong did at the very beginning of the game. Yeah, all the styles are gone. It's just this one. There he goes. All right, Zoo. Ah, style point. How nice of them. Miserly bit of overkill, but you know what? They deserve it. Oh, a super swing. Okay, it seems to be like a slight combination of the different stances by a miserly bit. Yeah, it seems to be mostly just a souped up smash stance. More, eh? Cool. Is that all? Is that all you can conjure, Jade Emperor? Because honestly, this is pathetic. I could have just taken the side route right here. Now what's with that random slowdown right there? Just keeps on going. Still going. Get my health back. Says I could do something. What do I want to do? I meant to do the varied combo. Oh well. It is what it is.
Over here! Hurry! Hurry!
A rock.
He said we'd find him here, but I don't see a trace of him. There's nothing but a rock here. What's this supposed to mean? If you ask me, this rock must be the stone egg that holds Wukong. I gave it a knock, but nothing happened. Maybe you should have a closer look.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the game, I believe. Yeah, this was the rock that we showed off. Elder Monkey was here. I think this is the very start of the game. Okay. Here goes nothing.
Perhaps it on...
What the heck? Okay, I just went into a giant boulder of amber.
You're here.
We're here.
Step aboard.
Hey, old monkey. I hope this isn't a one-way trip, is it?
Isn't all life a one-way trip? Once you embark on the journey, there's no turning back.
What is this place?
His memories. Since his early days, he'd had an eye for the finer things, and a will to wrest them from others. Laying his eyes on, then craving to seize their riches. No better than the black bear and ginger, I say.
You can't have an eye for the finer things, while the Buddha oversees the three realms? Well, I hardly think that's fair.
How insatiable. Not content with his kingdom and title below, he asked for a position in the celestial court. But soon after his wish was granted, his joy turned to rage, all because he wasn't invited to a feast. He nearly ruined the entire celestial palace. Years fume at unfavorable news. As untamed and ungrateful as that yellow rat. Beasts are beasts, don't you think?
He was young. He didn't know any better. Hadn't learned from the Buddha or our master yet. Aren't you being a bit harsh? Dredging up the scandals from his youth?
Like his adulthood was any better. Since his release, he had claimed to have learned manners and discipline. Yet his weak Frankenchurch gave him away. Posing as an idol, he degraded the gods. Clear was his defiance of the doctrines he had learned.
Well, he was just being naughty. Aren't all great achievers somewhat self-obsessed? Myself included.
Nose in the air, feeling above others. I say he was no less insolent than that yellow-browed brat.
Wait, isn't it that lady of some sort? It was her tricks that made Master drive Wukong away.
On White Tiger Ridge, he forsook his love. 3 times he broke her into pieces, convincing himself his heart would ache no more. Yet, as you must know, he had never let go of her. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been so eager to get away from the Buddhahood he attained. Those who talk much of love will one day bite their tongues. On this matter, he was akin to you and your many darlings. No matter where you are, you'd always fall captive to the web of mortal desire.
Why bring me into this? True, I don't have the wits to break the web, but he had torn his way out since that day.
Take a look, Bajia. Can you see? Many of your good friends are here.
We're just fair-weather friends, that's all.
But they are still friends, aren't they?
So you say, so it must be. These old buddies. I think none of them ended up well.
Indeed. For ages, countless gifted souls have walked this earth. Yet of them, how few have forged everlasting greatness? Do you know why?
Injustice?
Never has it been just.
Misfortune?
Fortune is simply humility in the mighty.
Well, mayhaps. They simply lacked my charm.
Gifted they may be, yet strive they not. Content with little and lost in lust. Seek the ease, yet crave the renown. They yearn for freedom, yet aspire to Buddhahood. They always want both, Yet nobody can and nobody should. Such was the folly of the Bull King and Wukong. Destiny's favor calls for the resolution to sever all desires. You should mark well these words.
So basically,
This can't be Wukong's memory. You're fooling us, aren't you?
5 of the 6 relics call for one. Budget, tell me which.
Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Mind, it's mind.
What did you just see?
The 3 of us?
That was the last one.
Oh, I see now. It was you. I knew it from the beginning. You were the mind of Wukong all along. That's why you led us here.
Not me. It's him.
Don't make me laugh. Him? He is Wukong.
Yes and no.
Cut to the chase, will you? We didn't come this far for your riddles.
After Wukong died, 5 of his 6 senses endured and were taken by the Yaoguai kings. Only his mind was lost. Mind is the first of the 6. It's the essence unique to every life. Therefore, it's destined to fade away at life's end.
Hold on. You mean Wukong's gone for good? Never to return? You old bastard! You've been lying to us all this time!
That Wukong you knew will never return. But what made him remains. The universe will always bear him a successor. One who shall carry on his name and nature. This chosen successor is the destined one. Nameless you were, yet perils and mighty foes you've braved to recover his relics. Your will now stands resolute, worthy of his power.
You mean this boy is to take Wukong's name? He's not!
Sun Wukong is long gone! But deep down, you know he wasn't all that perfect. Now that he is dead, this one, perhaps, shall bear the name in his stead.
so all the previous bosses and chapters, they were all kind of like little representations of Sun Wukong's foils. Which makes sense. Pride, arrogance, etc.
Here, we can venture forth with you no further. This task is yours alone.
Uh-oh.
Sun Wukong left behind a broken shell, stripped of all his 6 senses. Though ages have passed, it maintains a connection attuned to the echoes of his former self.
So a shadow, basically.
If you truly are the one destined, you must cast aside his soulless shell and merge the 6 into one.
Uh-oh.
Then you shall be the one to begin the journey anew.
No! Not on his own! He's just a kid who knows nothing. I'll go with him.
This place is shaped by Wukong's lingering obsession. It allows only his relic bearer to face the final ordeal. We can escort him no more. See it for yourself.
Hear me, son! You can always run! don't have to bear Wukong's name!
Uh-oh. You gotta fight Stone Monkey. Uh-oh. No. Comilio Blanco says, Hola, buenas. I don't speak good Spanish, but thank you for stopping by. Oh, shit. What the? Be gone. Whoa, shit. This is too easy. There's got to be another phase. I knew it. There's another thing happening. Oh shit. He's gone even more bestial. What the? More monkeys. Shit. Oh, I hate area attacks in this game. Oh, this game is so overzealous with area attacks. I hate it. Like, chill out, for Pete's sakes. Oh, how nice of them to open up a shrine right next to me. I'm trying to do it without using up as much magic and health, but... And I would like to use a different style than what the game's given me, but... Okay, phase 2. I hate area attacks in this game. So fucking annoying. Okay, how the fuck does that work? Okay, I dodged it and it didn't frickin' work. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something else. Even the odds a bit. How the fuck did I get caught in that? Come on. Would you let me do something? Anything? This is fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Retarded. I hate this game and its area attacks. They're so fucking obnoxious. Oh my god. Once again, I have to say it, Black Myth Wukong just overuses a lot of the worst traits of the Souls genre. It's so obnoxious because of this. Oh, come on, really? I was 10 feet away from him. Ugh. This is worse than the more I fight in Ninja Gaiden, seriously. At least with that fight, his grab attack was, you know, it was just that. And there was no other bullshit to worry about. Here, it's just area attack spam, more fucking area attack spam, like fucking Christ. Terrible. Like, have him do something else for crying out loud. Instead of this cheap nonsense. Come on, I pressed the dodge button. God damn it. What do you want me to do, game? Seriously. No. Dodge, don't work. Get grabbed anyway. Fuck you. I didn't want to use it, but you know what? Fuck it. Okay, another fucking shockwave for no reason. Okay, I can... Okay, that didn't work. That did not work. That's the grab attack that he does. You know what? if this works. Well, I'm out of magic. Okay, at least I could avoid that. I literally got out of the circle. How did I get frozen? Oh, come the fuck on. Fuck you and your grab attacks. Seriously. For Pete's sake, can you stop spamming area attacks? Fuck off already. Okay, really? Oh yeah, you got him. Sheesh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's me. No more monkey business already. Nah, there's gonna be something else, isn't there? I knew it. Great Sage's broken shell. Wukong's broken shell. What the? Sorry, old man. I gotta put you down. What the? Did he just take all my stuff? He did. Or rather, his stuff, if I'm being accurate. Oh no, this is gonna suck. Shit. Oh crap. Well, immobilize is definitely not gonna help. I hope to God there was a checkpoint and I don't have to do the stone monkey bullshit all over again. Because that would suck. Yup, he's right there. Thank you, game. You gave me a checkpoint. So it's another two-face fight. Give it. Okay. Immobilize definitely does not work. Meaning, I'm probably going to have to redo everything all over again. Which fucking sucks. So he does that. Do this again. See if I can harass him with the wind tunnel. Okay, he's bouncing me around like a ping pong ball. Sheesh. So, immobilize can work, it has to be properly timed. Can do it. It's just gotta read him like a fiddle. Oh, come on now. I wasn't even near him. And I got hit. They went full on ultra Dante must die level of Virgil with him. And I don't know if I like it. Try the dodge, it doesn't work. Whatever. I may have to redo the Destin one all over again because nothing I do is working. I may have to, I don't know. Try the dodge, it doesn't work. Of course. It never does. Ever. Not in a million years. Well, immobilize is definitely useless because he doesn't stay paused for long. And I'm using up all my gourds, so I might as well just go for the circle. gonna have to do, like, fake light attacks to get the wind up, because that's what's hitting him. Okay. Ugh. Nope, not falling for it. Or not. Ay. Sheesh. Well, I did better that time, but I'm still not happy about it. Okay, let's try this combination instead. I'm going all in with Pluck of Many, Cloud Step, and the Ring of Fire, because I can't survive on just the health gourds alone. Try the dodge, doesn't work. Yeah, that was sloppy. I'd rather play Virgil against Virgil on Devil May Cry 3, to be honest. On hard mode. Ugh. This is just way too brutal. I don't know what to do, man. I keep doing everything that I can, and nothing works. can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Oh, come on, really? Really? I wish I could change stances, but the game will not let me. Come on, revive me, revive me, revive me, revive me. Oh, come on, I wasted it. I almost had him too, but I ran out of juice.
May Lord Lao illuminate your... This is what my ceaseless toil finally yields.
Okay.
Not a medicine that can change your destiny. A formula from Toshita. Impeccable. The world is a furnace, and we are its yields. Not a medicine that can change your destiny. A formula from Toshita. Impeccable. The world is a furnace, and we are its yields. Not a medicine that can change your destiny. A formula from Toshita. Impeccable.
Okay, so I can buy more of these, but let me get rid of all these. I don't need the gold anymore, so I might as well get rid of it.
Were it not for you, brave, many are bent on seeking shortcuts. Hence pill making.
Okay, my problem is I'm running out of magic when I need it, so I'm gonna have to reset my medicines. I got the soul remediation. I'm gonna try the stone monkey form again. I know I can beat him, it's just my problem is I keep running out of magic and shit. I paid for that one. I got him. Thank you, God and heaven above. Happy. Ugh, I'm exhausted.
You must have heard tales about him. Some say he helped Tung Monk fetch the scriptures, was granted Buddhahood, and stayed on Mount Lingshan thereafter. Some say it was not him who was granted Buddhahood. The real him was already dead on the journey to the west. Some say that the journey never happened. He is nothing but a monkey who lives in some storyteller's tall tale. But now, you will hear a tale which no one has ever known.
The crown that doomed him. Please don't put it on. Come on, monkey boy, snap out of it.
What does it matter if you become a Buddha? That headband has always been on your head.
Keep those eyes wide open. Watch me rip it off and break free.
Sun Wukong, when you defied the Celestial Court, I had to seal you beneath the mountains with my immense power. Yet, after enduring punishment, you embraced the dark, uplifted good against evil, and subdued Yaoguais throughout the journey. For your contribution, I now bestow upon you the title of Victorious Fighting Buddha.
He defied the Celestial Court, and the Jade Emperor imposed 3 ordeals. Only when the chicken finishes pecking the rice, the dog laps up the flowers, and the lamp burns through the key, the rain will fall.
When he challenged the Buddha to a contest and he failed.
Bottoms up, brothers! One final toast before we crash the Celestial Palace!
Shit. That's it. Not how I expected it to end, but...
翻过了山，路走不完；趟过了河，风吹不干。闯过的关，一去不再还。拥抱过的人，明明忘了，剪也剪不断。去了真情，真假如幻；分了身份，生死难安。成了大道，大地凋零依然，得了千秋功名，千千万生灵涂炭。故事被谱成曲，全是分合聚散，曲唱成歌。最怕平凡，群生万物本来皆成山，明珠齐天梦一般。英雄被写成诗，只剩爱与勇敢，是凝成花。
Well, that's it. Black Myth Wukong is officially complete, and I got the good ending. Well, I'd like to get my fox, but the singing keeps getting in the way.
不少尘灰涂抹苦难，血对成水，淹没所有呐喊，惊魂炼成了胆，从此尝不出心酸。故事被谱成曲，全是分合聚
雄被写成诗，只剩爱与勇敢是凝成花，不容悲欢。你我原是有情有义人，天地不平，心不甘。
Well, what do I think? Do I like the game? I'd say, for the most part, yes. You probably know my, the singing. I can't really, it's hard to do any review without knowing without the singing getting in the way.
试问有谁在打破万空，不堕轮回？万古传。
Sheesh. Okay, can I give my thoughts now? Well, as I was saying, what do I... well, that's it. Black Myth Wukong is complete. I've done it. It is finished. So what do I think of the game? Oh, enter a new cycle. The Destined One can now enter a new cycle and embark once again on the extraordinary journey to the west. In the new cycle, you will inherit the levels, talents, armors, weapons, spells, vessels, transformations, and spirit skills obtained in the previous cycle. However, beware, the story progression related to key items shall be relinquished. Prepare yourself for adversaries you shall encounter. The expedition will pose an even greater challenges. So it's like Devil May Cry 1. You can't really undo the difficulty to how you want it to. That sucks. Opponents recorded in portraits can be challenged again, either by dueling them individually or fighting them in succession with customized curses, along with various treasures as rewards. Your best records will be documented to inspire your spirit and strengthen your resolve. So basically, it's boss rush. So we got the true ending right here, unfinished, which basically recaps the entirety of Journey to the West in a very, very brief amount. I mean, it's a music video, and from what I understand, Journey to the West is a very, very long story. So overall, what do I think? Well, do I like the game? I'd say for the most part, yes. I will at that last boss fight with the shell of Wukong. I liked it, but it's extremely difficult. I'd say it's up there with Erlang in terms of difficulty, minus the giant monster fight, of course. And honestly, I'd gone through 99% of the game with rarely ever having to use medicines. So for this one, I definitely had to go back to the Zodiac Village and just pile up on what I think I would need. And the gamble paid off, thankfully. And I must have done... how long have I been at it? Oh, a little over 2 hours. Well, better 2 than 4. I really did not want to have to redo this on a separate video. So, what do I think of Wukong? I like the game. You probably know where my negatives lie, so I will at least list the positives. I like the the story for the most part. Now, in full disclosure, I've never read Journey to the West. I only know the general Spark Notes bullet points of it. But, so, it's one of those things where I have, like Lord of the Rings, I have to go and read it, or in Lord of the Rings' case, finish it, but you get what I mean. And it's basically, yeah, it's basically a sequel to that, like how Helsing was a sequel to Bram Stoker's Dracula. And I liked characters like Zubajier. I liked how there was a huge variety of enemies, especially in the bosses. I do think that the general milquetoast enemies, some get a little too repetitive, but I do like how there's a theme going with every level, and that's probably my biggest positive. I like not just also the other, I'll get to that in a moment. Story's fine. I like the characters like Zubajier, as I said. And the visual styling is pretty cool. The game looks very good, outside of the few times where it starts to stutter because too much is happening. But it like writes, I'd say similar. I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to Stellar Blade since that's what I played previously, and there are some things that are similar, and I will explain. It's like very hyper. It's very stylized. I like the whole Buddhism and Taoist art styles going on, and the game is realistic without going too realistic, if you know what I mean. It rides a nice fine line in the visuals where it doesn't go terribly far into one way or the other. I would say it leans a little further into the realistic looking thing as opposed to something more stylized, but still it looks good all the same. And they definitely didn't mess around in the visual front. And I will say, I think my biggest positive is I liked the environment variety. Because that is one thing I will say Stellar Blade lacked on. When the game was in its main missions, it shined the most. But when it came to the more open levels and the deserts, which frankly is also a problem with Nier Automata, that's when it suffered. But the combat was what made up for that one. It was so good playing a regular hack and slash game again. Well, for the most part. It did borrow some Dark Souls stuff here and there, but it wasn't terribly annoying. Here, though, you've got, admittedly, 3 forest levels, but they all kind of feel a little different. The first one, pretty standard. Second one with the spiders, I liked. And, of course, the desert level, ice level with the various stuff happening with the turtle and all the other stuff going on. The volcano level. And all the various side missions that go along, side and secret missions that go along with it. So, in terms of visuals and an interesting follow-up to the story of Sun Wukong, as well as the environment variety, that's all great. Where I am admittedly mixed, however, is everything else. I will say also, for the most part, when the combat feels good, it feels really good. I like how hits from the Destined one actually have impact. And I like how they incorporated the character, the Wukong character, with the transformations that he was able to do. That's cool. I like that a lot. Admittedly, once you find certain spirits that gel with you, it's really hard to give them up, especially if they work for you. Like the Wandering White, I must have used him for basically 95% of the game. I only ever changed to other spirits just to see what I could get away with by the end. But by that point, it was already too late. And I like how there's different staffs to use, different bow staffs, and they all look different too. And there's not much player difference in them. So that's a little bit, that kind of sucks a little bit, I'd say. And that's kind of where I'm going to get. And also there's a good amount of spells that are either useful, depending on the situation, or not useful, in which you have to, like, switch them out. And it's not hard to see why a lot of people like this game. It takes stuff that people already know and love from games for the last 10 years and kind of does its own little spin with it, for better, for worse. And that's kind of where my problems come with Black Myth Wukong. I'm just going to say it, and this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but my issues with Black Myth Wukong largely come from the fact that it feels like a game that's at war with itself. It can't decide whether it wants to be a stylized character action game like Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry. It's difficult like Ninja Gaiden, but not for the ways that I wish it was. But on the other hand, it's gimped itself way too hard in trying to copy the Dark Souls formula. Now, admittedly, it doesn't do everything annoying from the Souls genre. Like, you don't have to worry about chasing after your lost credits or anything. So that's one headache you don't have to deal with. The fact that you can switch, they added maps, meaning you know where you are for the most part, instead of guesswork. Thank you, God, for that. But, yeah. Whereas Stellar Blade more or less knew what it wanted to be for the most part, but didn't fully commit to it, like not having enough weapon variety, needing more map variety, that sort of stuff. Black Myth Wukong, on the other hand, just couldn't make up its mind as to what it wanted to be, and that's where my biggest issues stem from. It's too stylized to be a grounded Dark Souls clone, but it's too grounded like a Dark Souls clone to be fully embracing of, being that character action spectacle game. So when the game's fun, it's fun, but when it's not fun, oh boy, when it's not fun is when it's at its most frustrating, and sadly, it really goes out of its way to incorporate the Dark Souls formula, but to the worst possible ways. The game is way too obnoxious when it comes to area attacks and having bosses do moves that just go on forever, and you just want them to stop. Whereas with Ninja Gaiden, a lot of the bosses were relatively to the point, and I can vividly remember the many times where I failed in Ninja Gaiden and could tell where I screwed up. Whereas here, it just gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'm 20 feet away and I'm dead anyway. Monster Hunter World abused this too in a lot of its later updates as a result. So on one hand, I like the game, but on the other hand, I despise some of the more recent trends that it incorporated. So as a result, it kind of feels I'm conflicted about it. I like the game, and I understand why people love the game, but I don't think, for me personally, it's up there with the best of them. It's a good game, and I definitely would like to play it again at some point, but it's not really one that I would put in anywhere in my top 5 or top 10, not even close. Also, the game kind of borrows some things from other games that I didn't think I'd ever see again. Namely, with how it incorporates heavy attacks, and this is probably the other problem I have with it. The combat feels way too simple. Like, you basically have to do light attacks over and over again in order to raise up the focus points for the heavy attacks. Now, I don't mind the idea of this when it comes to doing super moves, but for regular bog standard heavy attacks, you know, like you would see in any other game, I don't really like how it does this. It feels good when I get them going, but it reminds me of another game that tried this, and and I'm probably one of the 5 people that still remember it. It reminds me way too much of God of War Ascension, the prequel to the God of War series way back on the twilight days of the PS3, which I was a God of War fan, a very big one back then, and not even I got that game because it was just like, why do you exist? Nobody asked for this. We all know the story of Kratos. There was no need for any of this filler. And what really annoyed me about that game, both from the limited time I played with it at my friend's house, as well as watching a playthrough out of curiosity, was they redid the combat where they made it where, oh, you cannot do heavy attacks unless Kratos does a continuous, unbroken cycle of light attacks. In which case, oh, you want to use the heavy attack that's bog standard for every other game, right? Nope, you can't, because you need to get the rage mode for a meter up, in which case you're boned and you're stuck using normal light attacks. And that was one of the stupidest downgrades I'd ever seen. Black Myth Wukong weirdly incorporates it in a way that is not really what I'm a fan of, as I mentioned, but it doesn't fully do it in the way God of War Ascension did, where once you get the little focus points up, and even if the Destined One got hit, he doesn't lose them. So that's nice that they didn't do what Ascension did all those years ago. It technically does kind of do it, but not fully in the way that it would be annoying. So that's not a problem. What is a problem is the lack of being able to do multitudes of combos other than just the same singular one that you have to do over and over again. And another thing that annoyed me was, like any other action game, where you get shielded from enemies when you do a super move of a sort, this game will knock you away and make it where you waste all your magic in the process. So it's like, okay, why bother? And speaking of magic, this kind of goes into my complaint with the game gimping itself too much. What is the point of the magic meter if you'll have cooldowns which take a long time to recharge? Hell, what is even the point of the cooldowns if you have a magic meter to limit how many times you can use certain spells? It's like, I don't know. You understand why I'm conflicted about this stuff and why I say that the game really shackles itself too hard? That's kind of my general thoughts on the why I have as many problems as I do with it. On top of the fact that there's just way too many button commands in the game, to the point that sometimes I would be trying to do like a transformation with the triggers, but the game won't do it because it's bringing up the sub options instead. And other times, and this is probably the most infamous flaw I've had, I would try to dodge, but Monkey, or Destined One, or rather, doesn't dodge, and he gets hit anyway, and I'd be pressing it a million times, and he's just getting whacked upside the face, and I'm like, move, you idiot. And many times, that's how I died. Like, I'd think I managed to dodge an attack, and nope, I just got whacked upside the head like Negan bashing me in the head with Lucille from Walking Dead. I don't even like Walking Dead, and I know who that is. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of like my big issue with it. And then there's all the obnoxious area attacks, as I mentioned. So, yeah. Also, I do like the amount of customization with the armors. That's all nice. And I like all the various Chinese mythological stuff that happens. And the English dub is not too bad, but I do wish that for as much money as they sunk into this thing, they actually got the lip syncing to match. So that's kind of a little nitpick, I suppose. So there is definitely room for replayability because of all the options for appearances. And I liked doing all the little things that led to the secret ending. So there's definitely ways to go ahead and replay the game. So, all that said, in summary, I like the game? Yes, I do. Do I recommend buying it? Not at full price. Me personally, I wait until it goes on discount. Maybe wait for a sale. Shing says, congratulations. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, I do recommend it if you're looking for an action game and you're starved of one, especially on PS5. But I definitely would maybe wait until there's a bit of a discount, because if you're like me and you prefer your more Ninja Gaiden, Devil May Cry style action game, this one is probably not going to scratch your itch as much, because it borrows it overly balances itself with way too much Dark Souls mechanics to an annoying degree. So if I had to choose which one I'd prefer, I have to go with Stellar Blade, because Stellar Blade, as I said, mostly made up its mind on what it wanted to be. But I will say that game didn't kind of also held itself back a little too far. Whether it be due to it being Shift Up's first true big AAA game, and they didn't want to overblow themselves, that's possible. But they definitely can do more in a sequel, with more weapon variety, definitely doing more Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden based stuff and ditch the Souls stuff. And do I think it is possible that Black Myth will get a sequel? Well, it is possible. They did leave it up to that interpretation, what with the Destined one basically being the reincarnated shred of Wukong coming back and basically reforming into a new being, basically with all the knowledge of and memories of Wukong, but not exactly the same person. He's basically just been Frankensteined and put back together again. And of course the Destined one has no personality outside of maybe a few facial expressions. So yeah, he's definitely like Link from Legend of Zelda in that regard. With that said, however, I could see them doing a sequel on the level of God of War 3. Maybe not as short as God of War 3, definitely longer, but similar in vein where, okay, we're going to go storm the celestial realm and go after Jade Emperor and all that stuff. So I could see that happening, where Destined One as the new Wukong goes and starts his own little trip. Also, there's no ranged weapons in this game, which also made the gameplay annoying, because it's like even Dark Souls and Bloodborne had that, where in this game you're stuck having to run up and get all the snipers on whatever ledge they're in. So, overall, do I like the game? Yes. Do I recommend it? Yes, but on discount. I personally prefer Stellar Blade a little more. Plus, there's other hack and slash games coming out later, like Lost Soul Aside, and that took a long time to get made. And then there's some other ones like the new Onimusha. Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming out this year too. So, if you do want to get this game and you're still in that Souls phase or still have an appreciation for that, I'm not going to get in the way of that. I'm just saying that for as good as I had, as much good fun as I had with Wukong, it just didn't hit all the sweet spots for me. I still enjoyed it where I did, and I had fun when I did. But I don't see myself buying it too fully for my collection anytime soon, because it's like, it's good. It's just not as good as I wished it was, because it has too much of an identity crisis. But for the rest of you who do want to give this game a shot, definitely, I'd say go ahead. Phantom Blade Zero, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. You know, it's funny, when they showed off footage of that game with the main protagonist fighting against that doppelganger boss, I was just thinking, this is good, but it really needs the obliteration techniques from Ninja Gaiden, because I miss being able to tear enemies apart limb from limb. And wouldn't you know it, boom, Team Ninja comes out and announces Ninja Gaiden 4. But Phantom Blade Zero, yeah, that's another one that's more on my radar, and that looks more up to my cup of tea in terms of gameplay. So I am looking forward to that. So, as for Wukong, yeah, I like it. I get why people like it. It's not really out there for me, but there seems to be the latest promo. Ah, okay. But yeah, it just needed, really my issue stemmed from, it needed way more of a decision. The devs really needed to decide which game they wanted it to be, and they tried to do everything at once, and in the process, it didn't feel as good as I wished it did. But still, good game. It just needed some better decision making. But if they do a sequel, I do hope that they pick a lane and stick with it instead of trying to satisfy both things at once, because I don't think it worked too well in this game's favor. But when it hits, it hits. The environments are cool. The enemies are cool. The transformations are a neat gimmick, and I liked a lot of the boss fights when they were not annoying. I will say that the giant kaiju fight with Erlang was definitely a highlight. So, there is still good to be had. It's just going to kick your ass in a lot of ways in order to get to it, both for good and not so good reasons. So, I don't really have anything else to say other than repeating what I've said in different ways. So, I think I'm going to leave it off here. And I managed to get the true ending, meaning I don't have to go back and replay anything ever again, because I'm exhausted. So, I think I'm going to cut it here. And I'm going to sift through whatever I have in my backlog to see what I want to start or need to finish. And I'll go through perusing the game collection at the library, see what else is there, because there's some stuff that's come out that I'd like to try out and give a shot. So I'll leave it at here. And thank you for stopping by. I will see y'all later in whichever next game I decide to play. And Black Myth Wukong is officially complete. Good game. Frustrating game, but I get why people like it. Not entirely for me, but I'm glad I set aside time for it. So I'm gonna go hit the sack, let the stream upload completely on YouTube, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. So thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do the YouTube things that YouTube demands, and whatever, and that of course makes me happy. And I'll see y'all later. Good night.